Okay, guys, if you clicked on this video, it means you want to learn how to carry a game when your team is losing. My top laner is feeding as AP Kaisa. My mid laner is losing to a Gragas who's 3-0. My jungle is admittedly doing not bad. And we're winning bot. But they have two dragons. How do we win from here? You want to go from this to this. Okay? And it's pretty clear that I, by myself, carried the entire game. My top didn't do anything crazy. My mid didn't do anything crazy. My jungle didn't do anything crazy. Me and Lulu 2v8 the game. Okay? So, how do we do it? The trick in being able to carry a game as ADC, if you learn nothing else from this video, is this. You need, number one, you need to be able to generate resources. Okay, main resource is gold and XP, and the way you do that is, of course, by maximizing the amount of money you can get from waves or something better. One way to put this into perspective is every 30 seconds, you need to be getting the wave or something better. Okay, I repeat, you need to be getting the wave or something better every time you die for no reason. That's minus one wave or minus two waves even, right? Every time you don't go get the wave, that's literally just minus one wave without dying. Okay. The first part of the game, the first half of playing ADC is maximizing econ. Okay, you must maximize econ in every decision that you make. Even fighting. Fighting is also maximizing econ. You'll see here, I try to go mid, and TF refused to leave mid. You guys always ask, what do you do if your mid laner refuses to leave? Okay, I go bot. Okay, we go bot here. The second thing you need to do as ADC is once you have that money, you need to know what to do with it. That's the PvP aspect. That's the champion mastery aspect. You need to know what to do with said money. Now, most of you guys, you don't even need to worry about that because I'm pretty sure the vast majority of us in watching this video, you cannot even generate the resources you need to make that money. Also, don't miss that cannon. That was really insane of me to miss that cannon. Anyways, this Lux face checks and we're fighting. The flash is a little bit a little bit poor. Okay. But we started a good fight. This is part of us using our money correctly. Okay, we auto cancel W, we hit the Q. It wasn't pretty, but it was good enough. Okay, a lot of League isn't about perfection; it's about excellence. Okay, you're pursuing excellence, not perfection. Okay, it's a little bit of a wonky fight by me. I went into it not having my spoke shield, so I felt like I had to flash a point blank Lux Q that was coming. But we started a fight because we had push and enemy support had the face check. We punished the face check. Okay, so if you're wondering how can we actually get anything done, first step is the push. Pushing not only lets you get to the objective first, but also it lets you make sure you secure the money. Also, this Greg is that's so crazy. We tried to walk to mid, and Gragas just eat from the bush and just missed. That was so sad. That was I F in the chat for that Gragas. But yeah, after we win objective, we killed an extra guy, so then we can push his mid for free. And after you get this mid wave, we're gonna go home. Okay. There's nothing more to do unless you want to take the tower. Here, I think that I'm trying to take the tower because I see everyone bot. So we take tower. After take tower, we go home. There's another wave spawning, by the way. So if you're playing Saber, maybe try and scam another wave. I think they're just staying bot for so long, I can stay another wave, right? Or I think I'm gonna do chickens here. No, nothing. I feel like I should try and do something here. But base into mid is default. Okay. You need to maximize your econ. Okay, so in this case, we buy our boots, we buy the Infinity Edge, and now we are in a good spot. But it's important to note, we are not able to actually 1v9 the game yet. Even though we're really strong, we have 3 kills, we have perfect CS. Guys, you need to know when you spike on your champion. And with Saber, we're not going to do damage until 3 items, right? We're not going to do damage to Malphite. We're not going to do damage to Gragas. We really are only going to be able to do damage to the enemy bot lane, okay? Come back mid, and you just push mid, okay? As you watch this replay, I want you to see how much money I'm making every single wave. Remember what I said. On every wave, you need to be making... Sorry, at every 30 seconds, you need to be making the waves money or better. This is us. I mean, I think they, I think they just sprinted it on mid. Another thing to note is when you are making the resources. Okay, the game is about making money, right? Enemy team will try and stop you from making money, so you should play in a way that allows you to use your current resources to make money and bait the enemy. Okay, so what I mean by that is if you have flash and spell shield and you can outplay something like a TFO, you should do it. You shouldn't not bait it because you're afraid you're gonna mess it up. No, you need to go get the resources, and if they engage on you, I'll play. So like there, where Gragas was coming for me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the wave, fight them a little bit, and then I survive because I know I'm safe enough with Lulu plus my spell shield and barrier. Okay, you can't just do nothing. That's how you guys end up doing nothing. Is you do nothing, you let them push mid, they roam side and kill your team. You shouldn't do nothing if you can help it. Okay, here we ended up lining up for a Lux bind. That's our bad. That's the how to use the money part of the game, the PvP part. One is knowing how to do your damage. So a Saber auto attack cancel W and Q, queuing them, right? The other is universal for everyone, which is how to not get hit by enemy spells. Okay, you worry about that after you have champion mastery, though. You worry about that after you have champion mastery. Sorry, the cat is acting up. Anyways, let's fast forward here to when I spawn. So you spawn here. Where do you go? You go mid. Okay. The secret, I mean, if you guys are watching any kind of educational ADC content, they will always say, you need to go mid. You need to go mid. You need to go mid. Mid is your lane. Mid is where you are the safest in terms of being able to gather resources. You can't go side because you will die on side. I actually watched Ruler go 4-13 on Misfortune in NA Diamond because he tried to go side because his mid laner refused to leave mid. That was crazy. You guys can watch that if you want. It should be on. By the time this video is up, it should be on YouTube. But yeah, we get mid aggressively. Okay, we get mid as fast as possible. Okay, and after you get mid, you wonder what do you do? Well, your main job is done. So everything after is bonus. You help your team. Okay, and if you can't help your team, you looking to win through mid. So if you're stronger, you win through mid. So you see here, I'm like boomeranging the Caitlyn. I'm using ulti to force down this tower, right? And then we get the next wave. Okay, don't know what to do. Go look at their camps. Go set up the objective. A lot of what you need, a lot of the decision making in terms of what you should do is literally looking at your team and seeing what your jungle and support are doing. And so the mid was super easy for me to decide because my Belvethers was right there, right? And we saw that they were playing bot side. So we're like, okay, let's get mid here. And then again, after push, they're face checking, right? This is us using our money. This is why it's important for us to maximize econ, is so you can do what I just did right there. Is if you have the money, you can actually punish the opponents that make mistakes. If you have no money, you cannot punish by yourself. Okay, that's basically the reason. You just have no damage, and then they make a mistake. You do an objective. That's it. It's literally that easy. The hard part is in the execution. For example, a fight breaks out and it's lost. You guys go and die. Then you lose econ, and because you lose econ, you have no money. Because you have no money, you can't punish when they make a mistake. Because you can't punish when they make a mistake, you make less money. It's like a snowball effect. Okay, the ADC role is like about like making perfect amount of money, and then after that, it's using the money in the PvP, right? This is just like some random ass fight where they're like forcing on us. Okay, you just go kill them, and then we need to go push, right? So after kill, I'm like, immediately go push. You don't want to chase. You need to go make that money, go make that bread. And then you rinse and repeat until you have your 3 items, 3 or 4 items. This is when you actually can start playing more, I don't know if aggressively is the right term, but you have more playmaking options unlocked. Okay, so what I mean by that is, for example, maybe you can flash in one shot, enemy carry. Maybe you can do a big bait play and then turn around and kill them all, right? So after this LDR for Saber, it's 3 items. Most ADCs is 3 items, but depending on what ADC you play, there's different power spikes. So if you're playing Ezreal, you have 2-item power spike with Muramana and Trinity. You're playing Corki, same thing, Trinity and then Muramana. You're playing like a Vayne, it's on Rage Blade. You're playing Kog'Maw, it's on Rage Blade. Depending on what ADC you play, your item spikes would differ. Okay, that's part of champion mastery. With Jhin, it's probably like 3 items, right? With Collector, i.e. LDR. And most crit ADCs are 3 items, Collector, i.e. LDR, or Yunta, i.e. LDR. Now, we're in a spot where we can actually start doing damage. So how do you play differently? You actually do the same thing. Maximize econ. Nothing has changed in terms of making money. You're halfway to your items. You're 3 out of 5. It's just that you do objectives faster, you fight faster. So here, after push wave, what do? We looked at what our jungle was doing. We pathed to our jungle, and then we realized they're ganking bot, which means we can do Baron. Okay, this is the idea of trading sides. If your opponent is making a move first on one side of the map, you either respond by killing them, right? You counter them with like Shen ult and Pantheon ult, TF ult, or TP, or walking over, or you trade sides. So you go to the other side of the map. So basically, we use Kai'Sa's bait to do Baron, right? That's this is called trading sides, right? They make a play on one side of the map, you make a play on the other side of the map. So immediately we did Baron, and then after Baron, you immediately base, and on base you go mid, right? Mid is best unless you have the mid inhib down, in which case you siege side. But as you can see here, we are still at that 10 CS a minute mark. You'll note that I even missed some like cannons and random minions here and there. I could have even more money than I do right now, which is insane if you think about it, because the amount of money I made this game was enough to carry the game from the spot I showed you, right? We go mid here. You don't wonder what to do. You path towards top side because your jungle is playing top side. It's pretty simple. You check to see if your TF has TP. If he has no TP, if a fight breaks out, we stay mid. If if he does have TP, then we should fight it top side, right? Because TF can join the fight. It's always about numbers, right? In terms of deciding how to fight and when to fight. So he's TPing. Okay, we gotta go. He TPs. We gotta take the 5v5, right? Otherwise, you're letting your team die when you could just kill them all. If we were weak, okay, if we had no items, we would just push mid because we cannot fight. But because we have items, we can come top and kill them all. Does that make sense? Right? Money and having items, being able to do stuff, can determine whether or not you join the fight. If you have no money, you need to make use of this fight as a distraction to go make money. Unless you can like show up and make money by claiming bounties or something, okay? And then we push top, that's the game. That's literally it. What happened in this game? I pushed mid, they face check, I hit them, and then it was winning. Anytime it was a winning fight, we did objective, and then we got more waves. And that's it. Rinse and repeat. And I didn't do anything more than that. It was very simple. I didn't do anything too crazy. Actually, the crazy stuff will happen soon. I haven't used my money in a super mechanically intensive fashion. Right? I didn't make any crazy plays or anything like that. Okay? We just played super consistent and made literally a wave's worth of gold or more every 30 seconds. Okay? Fast forward. I'll show you the crazy play. We push bot here, and they try and do a... This is where you have money and sums. You can start going crazy. You can do some crazy stuff. So here, we're pushing bot, and we're like, okay, let's fight. And I just want to fight now. Okay, I can't die. I have barrier. I have flash. I have everything up. So we just fight this guy, and as we're hitting the Trundle, we killed the Lux. I don't know if you guys saw. And then of course we use flash to make sure we don't die, and we kill Gragas. You know, all this makes sense. It's really easy to do if you have the money. The only reason why you guys can't do this is because I look at your replays and you guys have 140 CS at 28 minutes, not an exaggeration, and you're like 3 and 5. Okay, it needs to be the reverse. You want to be 0, 0, 0, 300 CS at 30 minutes. Okay, and that's it. That's literally it in a nutshell. You want to practice this econ maximization. You should play some Saber. Okay, this will help you get into econ brain, because you actually cannot make any money. You actually cannot do any damage on this Saber champ unless you make money. So you actually need econ brain, and it's really simple. You don't fight. You just press Q and call it a day on Saber until you have like your items. You know what I'm saying? You're not actually trying to do anything insane. You're just trying to make as much money as possible so that you can do something insane. Make sense? ADC is a role that is about resource collection for the vast majority of the game. It's not about fighting. Okay, you want to fight? You should be playing jungle or support. Okay, or top lane or even mid lane. But ADC is the last role that wants to fight. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys learned something from this video, or at least enjoyed it. And you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to support this kind of content, you can hit me up for coaching on Discord or support my Patreon. Link should be in the description below. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time.